everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my May TBR, and within this TBR I'm also doing my TBR for the Magical Readathon that just happened in April. So the Magical Readathon was created by Book Roast, and she created this month-long readathon that is based off of the AWLs, or the Ordinary Wizarding Levels exams that the students in Harry Potter take at Hogwarts. And she created this like amazing readathon with all, like, I'll show you the pamphlet with these different careers that you can choose and all the different subjects that you need to pass in order to become one of these careers. Basically, it's amazing, and it's set in two parts. So in April, you take your AWLs, and in August, we will be taking our NEWTs exams. So I'm really excited for the August readathon, and I'm really sad that I missed the April one. Both Hannah and I did, and we were texting each other like, where were we when this readathon was going on? Because we basically just found out once we started seeing people post their readathon vlogs. So we decided that we were going to do basically April's readathon in May. That way we can participate in August and participate in all of the fun challenges and just fun things within the community that will be happening in August. Unfortunately, we did miss that for April, but at least we can still host like our own little readathon in May to kind of catch up. So I'm really excited because May I have so many books that I have to read, and luckily a lot of those books I can use for the subjects that I need to pass for the career that I will be choosing. By the way, I will leave the link to her original video where she explains the readathon down below because it's phenomenal, and she put so much hard work and effort into this, and I'm really excited. It is so cool. So the premise of this readathon is that we are in Hogwarts and we are studying to pass these AWLs, and there are different subjects that you can choose to take the exam. And basically, in order to pass a subject or the exam is to read the book. So with each subject, there is a kind of like a book challenge to read associated with that subject. So there are 12 subjects. Ancient runes, you have to read a retelling. Arithmancy, read a work written by more than one author. Astronomy, there needs to be the word star in the title. Care of magical creatures, a land animal on the cover. Charms goes with age line from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and that is to read an adult work. Defense against the dark arts uses the spell reducto, and that is to read a book where the title starts with an R. Divination is a book set in the future. Herbology is a plant on the cover. History of magic, published at least 10 years ago. Muggle studies is to read a contemporary. Potions is next ingredient, and that is to read a sequel. And then transfiguration is to read a book with sprayed edges or a red cover. So getting on to the fun part is choosing a career, and there are so many careers to choose from. The choices are alchemist, astronomer, horologist, or broom maker, curse breaker, healer, herbology, Hogwarts professor, journalist or writer, librarian, magizoologist, metal charmer, mind witch or wizard, ministry worker, potioneer, seer, wand maker. Lots of careers to choose from, and each career has like pictures and what you need in order to pass, like your AWLs. So for example, for a Hogwarts professor, you must pass 7 OWLs in total, a subject you wish to teach, defense against the dark arts, 5 additional subjects of your choice, and then August will be the NEWTs, and that will have its own like challenge. But she basically wrote out like a text about each career. It's so cool, and like key traits for each career. First things first is I am not sure what career I want. I have a few in mind, and I guess it just depends on how well I'm doing with my reading. I know I should pick a career and then pick my books based on that career, but I might pick my career based on the books that I'm reading, because I have 4 books that I have to read in May, and I'll get to those in a sec. But my choices were either Alchemist, but this is the hardest one. You have to basically read 12 books in May, and she did say that you can read short stories, poems, graphic novels, stuff like that. My next thought was Cursebreaker, and for that one, it's 6 books that I have to read. And then my next thought was Hogwarts Professor. So I'm leaning towards Hogwarts Professor or Cursebreaker. I can't decide. Also, I may want to challenge myself a little bit further because there are 3 levels of the AWLs. If you pass 2 subjects, then you get an acceptable. If you pass 6, then you get an exceeds expectations. And if you pass 9, then you get an outstanding. So I do want to try and get like a total of outstanding. So let's jump into the books that I need to read. The first book that I have to read is our Muggle Studies book club pick for April, and that is Sadie by Courtney Summers. I haven't read this one yet, but I don't think it's gonna take me a long time. I've heard so many great things about this book. It doesn't look very chunky. It does have, I think, like 300 pages, but the format of the story is written between like normal storytelling text and then podcasts. So there's less words on the page with the podcasts. So I think that will go by a lot quicker. In the story, we follow our main character, Sadie. She is 19 years old and her sister is brutally murdered. And she is trying to find her sister's killer and seek revenge. And then we are also following the story of a podcast, and it is telling the story of Sadie's disappearance. So I'm very, very intrigued. I hear that this deals with a lot of tough subjects. So we'll see, especially when it comes with kids. I have a very sensitive spot for kids that die, kids that get sick, any sort of child abuse. That's kind of like books that I tend to stay away from. So this is really outside of my comfort zone, but I am excited to read it because I think it will kind of push me outside of my comfort zone, and I do hear that it is fantastic. And I will be using this book as the prompt for Transfiguration, and that is to read a book with sprayed edges or red on the cover. So this has red on the cover. The next book that I need to read is Again But Better by Christine Riccio. Christine is a booktuber here on YouTube, and I've been following her channel for years and years and years, and I'm so excited that she published a book. I do want to support her, so I will be reading her book, and I was lucky enough to get an ARC from NetGalley, so I am going to be reading that in the next week or so, and that can go for Muggle Studies, which is to read a contemporary. But I'm really excited for this book because the main setting is in college, and as you know, that's my favorite setting when it comes to contemporary books. So I'm super excited to read it and just support Christine. Plus, this book is our Muggle Studies book club pick for June. The next book on my list is Aurora Rising by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I am so excited for this book. This is one of my more anticipated books for 2019. I absolutely adored the Illuminae files, and Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff decided to co-write another series together, and I cannot wait. I think it's gonna be phenomenal. I'm so excited, and this book can actually fulfill a few subjects depending on what I want. It can fulfill arithmancy, which is to read a work written by more than one author, or it can fulfill divination, which is to read a book set in the future, because this book is set in like the year 22 or 27 or something. It's set in the future, so I'm really excited. It's set in space. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure what the premise is. I saw Amy Kaufman, Jay Kristoff writing another space series, so I'm gonna read it. And that book is also our Muggle Studies book club pick for May. So as far as the other subjects that I need to find books to read and fulfill, I think I'm going to stick with graphic novels. I've been in a huge graphic novel mood recently over the past couple months, and I just started reading The Runaways by Brian K. Vaughan, and I went ahead and I downloaded the first 7 volumes from my public library, so I'm really excited. I've already read volume 1 and I absolutely adored it. So right now I've already started volume 2, but that can go for Reducto or Defense Against the Dark Arts to read a book where the title starts with an R, and also the covers are very fun, and I'm sure there's a cover with a land animal on it. There is one with a velociraptor, so I'm gonna count that. So I could use that. I could also use plant on the cover. Also, this graphic novel was published in 2003, so that counts to read a book that was published at least 10 years ago. So I have a lot of choices. The only thing is that you can't double dip, so one class, one book. You can't like use one book for 2 classes or 2 subjects, which is where it gets challenging, and I'm excited. Another graphic novel that I think I might pick up is Saga, also by Brian K. Vaughan. I'm 2 volumes behind, unfortunately, so I do need to catch up, and that I can maybe use as a retelling because it is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and also I can maybe use it for some of the other Potions, a sequel. So I've got options as far as graphic novels, and she did say in her video that you can use graphic novels and short stories and poems and stuff like that, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Let me know down below if you participated in the Magical Readathon. Let me know what career you chose, and let me know what subjects you passed, and also if you have a reading vlog to your readathon, please link it down below because I want to go watch your vlogs. I love reading vlogs, especially readathon vlogs, so I definitely want to go watch those, and I will be vlogging mine as well. I'm so sad that I missed it for April, but I'm gonna try and make it up, do it for May, and then participate in August. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon in a reading vlog. Bye!